don't care if it's God's own anti-son of a bitch machine or a giant hula hoop. We're not going to let them have it. What we will let them have is a belly full of lead and a pool of their own blood to drown in. Am I right, Marines?
Sir, yes, sir!
Damn right I am.
Hey, how's it going? We're doing another one of these, a triple F, which stands for, well, I'm not going to say the original name because it's actually kind of stupid, but we'll make up a new name. Fun Friday Fingers. Fun Friday Fingers. And what do we do on a Fun Friday Fingers video? We watch an animation that has to do with one of either of the two of my favorite fantasy franchises, one being Star Wars, the other being Halo. Look at a little video or look at a little portion of a video, and then I will recreate the battle or recreate a battle that has sort of something to do with the video in Men of War. I've done this in like the past two newer renditions I've done of this series because reacting just isn't really enough. So that's pretty much the gist of it. Anyway, onto the animation we'll be watching. It is called Endure. It's called Endure by Endure Halo Animation by Locher Films. I'm pretty sure we've watched Locher Films before. I just don't remember which one we watched. Do you ever start a video in 1080p? When you click on it, the video is already in 1080p, and that you can see it's HD, but you go into the settings and still click 1080 anyway. I'm getting a flashback to something. There was this one video. There was a video that I saw that this one is reminding me of. I believe it was another Halo animation where it's like some guys at a command center looking at the footage of, I think it was Marines, like searching this place, and it's like a found footage type of thing where they come across the Covenant, and I don't know if it's like set where humans first encounter the Covenant. Well, technically like the first time encountering it, we won't get into that. That's sort of what this camera footage kind of medium of showing it is reminding me of. Oh, they put Locher Films right by the camera footage. Halo Reach time period. Because it looks like a blue minor elite, that's why. Or CE. Well, it looked like a Reach elite. Oh, he's got the high ground. They're screwed now. Okay, they just ate that grenade. Oh. Wow. Chief just gave him a Mac round of a right hook. My God, that just killed him. Usually you gotta wait till their shields are broken for like you to get a melee. And even then, if you're on anything but normal difficulty, you do not want to get close to an elite on a higher difficulty than normal, because most likely them size 25, they got big feet, and if they hit you with it, they're gonna roundhouse you straight into the freaking pearly gates. Oh my goodness, don't do it. Oh, nice. And the bullets are counting down with the shots. His shields didn't break. I guess he just didn't have them or something. No way. He wouldn't. What are you about to do? I honestly really just an excellent throw. However, in my experience of Halo games, I don't know if he would have had that long to have thrown that, because it kind of seemed like the time where he stuck it on and it went red. By the time he would have released it, it probably would have exploded in your face. However, this Master Chief, not me. He knows what he's doing. I don't. Oh, they got a cruiser up there. He reloaded like he's about to shoot it down with the AR. Well, that was pretty. Okay. Well, when I paused right here, there was still like a minute left, and I was like, okay, cool. There's still some more to see, but it's just a minute of credits. And I think Patreon too. Anyway, one other thing, or two other things that I wanted to mention was the music still sounded pretty Halo-y. I'm also missing a side. This is just gone. I know what it didn't like disappear. I know what happened. It just I picked it up. It was just laying on my mouse pad, and then I picked it up, and then it just broke. And so I tried taping it, but that didn't work. So I figured it was just kind of dead weight, so I cut it off. But the headphones still work, which means as far as audio quality, I can't really dock points because I don't even have the full picture. However, like I mentioned, the music still sounded very Halo-esque without infringing on any auditory IP. And also, this Master Chief look, it sort of reminded me, so that Master Chief, right? Oh man, yeah. It reminds me of like, he's got like the Halo 3 helmet, but the one of the designs from the anthology series. Yeah, so the Halo Legends guy on the cover of the show, or on the cover of what is the show, it sort of reminded me of this Master Chief, the way he's kind of built, because it's like a little bit more, it's a little bit more cyborg, right? Which actually it kind of makes you think of how Master Chief was originally supposed to be, because he was originally designed to be a cyborg. In Halo CE, technically he was a cyborg in CE rather than a wholly just a person in a suit. And that's kind of what this design reminded me of. And I think that's also kind of what's shown, well, not like what's shown, but it just kind of looks like it here. Mainly except for the helmet. The helmet just looks more like that smooth, sleek Halo 3. I think out of all the armor types, Halo 4 looks a little too, like, how do you say it? I just don't like it. Especially with like the little booster packs on the back, it just seems like it juts out a little too far. And especially coming from like Halo 3, right? Halo 3, I like it. I like Chief's armor a lot because it looks so sleek and like tapered very well. Man, Master Chief's armor sure was cool. It's a different day. I'm trying out editing or recording and editing these parts on 2 different days because quite often, well, I've only done this 2 other times, but the battle is longer than the reaction part. So I figure I edit them separately, make it a little bit easier, divide and conquer. You know what I mean? So what is in this battle? Well, let me give you a little look around here. Y'all know who that is, that beautiful boy. And I believe that is the Halo 3 armor, the one I was just praising so much. all sleek and tapered. I think the Halo 3 one and then the Halo Infinite one look quite similar, but Infinite's probably got some more detail. And then this beautiful, wow, look at that chin. What is going on? Oh my gosh. it just sort of melds into the neck. It looks really odd. He also looks kind of white, but that's fine. He's got the mustache. He counts. So, of course, we got Johnson in Chief, and then I've got Keys, and then I've got the other Keys. Miranda looks like she's been hitting whippets in a Walmart parking lot. Neither here nor there. I've got Noble Team, and from the animation that we watched, Remember by Sodas, that really detailed one, the guy who made this Halo mod actually put the Spartans that we saw from that video into this mod. And I was like, why not, right? And then we've got Home Base. Now, Home Base is the last line of defense. And how this battle is going to work is it's going to be a tug of war. So you will see right now these zones. This is middle ground. Both sides are going to meet at the middle ground, and basically it is a given reinforcement. So they get to the middle, they get into contact, and like, we need reinforcements, and then their reinforcements come in, and that's the given. That's the one they just get by default. Now, let's say the UNSC, who is coming from the right side, pushes up. When they hit this zone, the ISG team, the insurgent team, gets reinforcements. And so if the UNSC fights through that, then they may hit reinforcement 2. And then the insurgents get another batch of reinforcements. And then that's it. But in addition to those reinforcements, they run into the insurgent home base where they have additional defenses, basically. So they've got 3 turrets. Each side has 3 turrets and 2 mortar pits. But the mortar pits are only activated when either team hits the last reinforcement line. So that's how that works. And same thing goes for the UNSC on this side. If the insurgents push past the middle ground into this zone, UNSC gets reinforcements. The first one is more vehicle heavy, and then this one is sort of like the last. It's like small but powerful, because I won't tell you who's part of what reinforcements, but you'll see when the time comes, because I'm pretty sure at all the times that I've run this battle, every reinforcement is called in at some point. So, without further ado, I think we are ready to see some Halo and Men of War return. However, I am going to need to get some B-roll really quick for the intro. Alright, and they are about to make contact. The UNSC is on the left side, insurgents are on the right side. First shots fired. These are 2 squad leaders right here who are just kind of rushing the front line. Rocket launcher went out. I don't know if that, fits the Geneva Convention, but this is Halo. I don't think that exists yet, or at all. Yet, like there's gonna be World War II after the freaking Covenant War. So the insurgents are getting a very early push right here. Now the Marine reinforcements, or the reinforcements for both sides, is that each side has timed reinforcements, as well as the ones that are earned by the zones that I just showed you. So the timed reinforcements are what you've seen. It's just 4 platoons, basically. So a company in total of just basic Marine squads. And so this is the timed reinforcements that they get from hitting that middle ground zone. The UNSC gets ODSTs. They got like flamers, they got their SMGs, assault rifles, and they drop vehicle support too, right? So they got little like a rocket launcher, warthogs, Gauss cannons. But what are the commandos reinforcements, or the insurgents reinforcements? Now, they are supposed to come in by car. They're supposed to all still be in the car and then drop when they get here. But for some reason, I don't know why, it kind of makes sense, but when their vehicles get shot, they get out. which makes sense, but I couldn't figure out how to keep them in the vehicle until they get to their drop point to like leave. But it is what it is. So they're sort of delayed and spread out, but as you can see here on the map, they are all coming, just trickling in a little bit. And for vehicle support, to like cover them dropping in, I put some chain gun warthogs, machine gun warthogs to cover them, as well as provide vehicle support for the main advance here. Keep the front line going steady. The forest is just so dense, it's kind of cool just seeing it light up with all the muzzle flashes coming from the other side of the river. And I believe that's the second batch of reinforcements. Oh, there we go. And of course I put the Pillar of Autumn in here. Just like that's where their reinforcements are coming from. They're not getting dropped off from nothing. Unfortunately, the insurgents don't really have anything. But of course, so what I did for like a trade-off is because the insurgents, their reinforcements are delayed. Oh, one of the ODSTs must have used his flamethrower back here. So since the ODSTs drop right in the middle of the battle, right? For the insurgents, I did a thing where they set up an ambush, like on the sides right here. And I put them all in place myself, so they're all in like actual firing positions. And I did put them on a no retreat, no advance, because when I didn't, it really just messed it up. Because they would retreat like out of bounds all into this like black area, and that's not where you want them. And I got them all set up around here, machine guns and everything for an ambush. So that way they delay the UNSC reinforcements. Doesn't look like they're doing a good job this time around, but they got the right idea. So they delay UNSC reinforcements so that the insurgent team on the main front line right here can push up, right, without having to worry about the UNSC getting reinforced, and that way they can sandwich them. However, if the UNSC reinforcements are able to push through this ambush, that means they're gonna, if the insurgents push like super far into UNSC territory, they're gonna have to contest with more reinforcements down the road, which will then lengthen their supply lines for additional reinforcements. And of course, then they also run the risk of triggering UNSC reinforcements. And then it'll take even longer for their guys to get to the front line, but even quicker for the UNSC dudes, thus winning that tug of war. Or at least gaining the advantage of it. But it looks like the plan for the insurgents is working out so far. They're slowly making their way across the river. Oh! He got blown up into the standing position and then realized he got blown up and then started leaving. Like a little mini river crossing, like a water landing almost. And got this freaking Gauss cannon. Unfortunately, these ones can't move. When you parachute them in, it prevents them from being able to move, and I don't know why. Well, I would assume it would have something to do with like multiple units attached to a vehicle being attached to a parachute, which is normally only supposed to be for one unit. Let's see how the ambush is going. Well, oh yeah, see, okay. So Chief came in with this second round of reinforcements, right? So the first platoon that comes in contact with the enemy, they come in contact with each other and they're like, okay, we'll rally second platoon, they'll be on the way. And then they call in Master Chief for that. And actually what I like to do is go ahead and tag them. Now I don't know where Johnson is, but he'll be showing himself soon, I imagine. But at the very least, as far as the testing I've done with it, the insurgent ambush down here does its job of at least holding off the enemy. It keeps them back here, you know? So meanwhile, while the UNSC reinforcements have to contest with the ambush, See? Like, the third platoon just got in, and the second platoon is still back here. Meanwhile, the ISG reinforcements have just free flow in. But of course, that's kind of the counterbalance that you get when the Marines were immediately able to drop ODSTs into the position. Because that's, of course, that's the advantage, right? They're shock troopers. Ooh. Super cool. It looks like the insurgent assault here is kind of fizzling out. If we look at their lines, my goodness. So the insurgents actually made it across. Okay, yeah, see. Now, really quickly, let's look. The UNSC is in yellow. So, as you can see, an entire platoon along with ODSTs dropped back there, and they were the ones who got caught up in the ambush. Now, they did suffer a handful of casualties, but not that much for an ambush. They did their job. The insurgent ambush did their job in terms of slowing the UNSC reinforcements down, but in terms of doing the damage that they needed to, because in addition to slowing them down, they could have severely reduced their numbers so that if they did break through, that means the guys on the insurgent front line would have a lot less to contend with once the reinforcements joined up with the frontline UNSC dudes. When I saw the flamethrower unit, I thought, man, that really looks cool. I'm going to put him in. I'm going to make that one of the baselines for the ODST squads, right? So for every ODST squad, there's 2 platoons, right? So 1 platoon, 4 squads. So that means 8 total flamethrowers on the field. And more often than not, they tend to, they get their target, but they take a few of their homies with them. And it looks like... Oh, no. I'll explain what just happened in a minute. So, in Men of War, when vehicles are unstable, they can't find solid ground to just kind of stay put on. Oh, they triggered their reinforcements. So as you can see, the insurgents got this Warthog rocket launcher. They got 2 of them, and the Mantis. And I didn't realize it, but these Mantis in this mod are absolutely diabolical. Because I was putting them in as reinforcements in comparison to how they played in Halo 4, but this is not the same. These things are devastating in this game. Oh my goodness! And originally, oh what? I thought I put in 1. I guess I put in 2. Actually, no. Oh, and they just hit your lines so hard, dude. Just annihilating them. I initially had 4 of these things for their reinforcement. When their first reinforcement gets triggered, oh my god, you hear them dying. Oh my goodness. If they get past these guys, we're gonna look at the casualties. See, look at that. Hold on, where did he go? I think he just died. Alright, they got 1 Mantis down. Wait a minute. No way. They doubled down! Okay, so they hit the insurgents' last reinforcement line, which means now the mortars are active, and now their 3rd level of reinforcements, like I said, are coming. So they get Gauss Hogs, and then another Mantis, and a full, 2 platoons of reinforcements. Because if this is their last line of defense, they're going to send everything they got at it, right? But the problem is, I actually haven't seen this happen before, but they triggered this reinforcement and this reinforcement so close to each other. Whoa! Bro, I think that rocket bounced! Holy crap. Now this is the hardest part of the attack. Every time, no matter what, without fail, when the UNSC have gotten to this point, when they leave this bigger trench line and they get to this forest line, they can advance a decent way in, but they, more often than not, that's the second time I've used that, whatever, they tend to the attack tends to fizzle out because there's a lot more open ground. This is more open. They've got turrets bearing down on them. They've got mortars bearing down on them. They got vehicles and like 2 platoons worth of infantry coming at them. And their reinforcements, right, aren't triggered until the enemy gets all the way back there, which is why Oh, that was only really the priority targets are these mantises. If they can take out these mantises, they might have a chance. And those mortars are also pretty devastating. Oh, who did that? He got it. Oh my goodness. Okay, so do the ISG have any more? So this is what I'm talking about. That big last line of defense push. Now, I don't think the UNSC are going to be able to hold. If they were going to hold anywhere, it would be in this like really nice trench line where they got pretty solid cover. The advantage of the defense goes a long way. So if they can hold a decent defensive position here and just kind of hold their ground. Oh, Chief still alive. It's pretty sick to see the titular character still alive at this point in the battle. Did he just die? No. As soon as I said that, I heard someone go like, "Wow!" and then I thought he just collapsed. What are you doing? This right here. I don't even... Maybe I forgot to swap a guy out. Because you are different, you don't deserve to live. Die. Simple as that. If you ever don't like something, press the Shift-Delete key. It works every time. And now the UNSC's first reinforcements are coming in. They got 2 Scorpions and then 4 Warthogs. They dismount their passenger. I tried shooting out of the passenger side, but you can't do that, unfortunately. So now they're going to go ahead and engage this infantry, see if they can... Ooh! Love the way that thing fires. Do it again. Ah! See if they can sort of reestablish a line here. Bring the infantry push to a halt. I'll also say, these things, here you can look for yourself, these things are extremely inaccurate. Look at that. Look at how big that circle is. And that's only the half the circle that you're seeing. Pretty bad. Oh, no. But for the most part, they're not necessarily, I mean, they're supposed to kill, of course. Hey, the tanks made it. Looks like the insurgents still have some AT left. Oh yeah, and look, they got the little like pocket gunner right here. Super cool. Look at all the machine gun fire. These things are just letting loose. Ah, these freaking dudes right here in the front. And then this guy right here in the back. Just letting go on that thing. Did this guy die? Yeah, he died. The gunner tends to get shot at a lot. And look at this, bro. They're not even retreating. They're just holding position. They've got 4 vehicles staring them down. And they're just not budging. As a matter of fact, they're advancing still. Oh my goodness, just look at all like the little dings coming off. Send an HE to that freaking group, but they're just not going down. I will say the explosives, I don't know why, but just by default, the explosives, even for the Galaxy of War mod, they don't really kill. They just knock you out. So that's kind of sucky. It makes it like a little more dynamic because I guess it would be a little bit of a bummer if this entire group is just finished off by this. No way. No way. Yep, they did. They hit the 3rd reinforcement. Okay, well, they're probably definitely going to lose now because they got Noble Team and the other Soda's Halo animation team here. And that also means that they activated their mortars, so now they are really screwed. And these mantises, where you saw what they just did over on the other end of this thing. But this battle, the concept of it was really what I wanted out of that Star Wars one that I showed. It wasn't attached to a FFF or anything like a video. I just showed it independently. But it was just this big Geonosis assault. And it was cool, and of course I didn't know as much as I do now. But, are you alive still? How are you alive still? Oh my god, they got him. No way! Is he about to disable 2 war dogs? Look at this hodgepodge in the middle right here. Oh, and then the rocket strikes. That's always what does it. Wait, that's always what does it? That doesn't sound right. And now they're getting ranged in by those mortars. Quite frankly, I don't know how they lasted this long against the tanks anyway, but it's an amazing thing. These insurgents are tough, though. Like I said, they're also at a disadvantage, sort of. Technically, they do have more reinforcements in that this ambush group over here there is no UNSC equivalent to that. I know I was making a lot of comparisons to the other ASTs, but like I said, I was just like talking about that in terms of like the battle as a whole. But technically speaking, the UNSC does not have an equal force in terms of that ambush. But I guess to make up for that, the squad sizes are lesser than that of the UNSC because, like I mentioned before, they just get blown out of the water with equal numbers. Oh man, look at all these Spartans push up. It's already been 40 minutes. My goodness. I thought this was at least 30 so far. I mean, shoot, I don't mind. I also was experimenting with the Pelicans because, technically speaking, the ODSTs just kind of dropped from the parachute from the air, and I was trying to get the Pelicans to work, but they behave as helicopters, but there is no airborne property for them, and it's kind of like you would have to like know it to kind of like maybe understand what I'm talking about, but generally it's just for land vehicles, they obviously stay on the land and there's like nothing else that they can do. But for airborne vehicles, there's 2 options for their chassis, and I guess you can refer to chassis as just like the body of the vehicle and where it's going to be. And there's either like on the ground, which is usually denoted by wheel, or airborne, which is of course in the air. So if it's airborne, they'll start in the air, but if it's wheel, then it'll start on the ground. And there is no option for airborne, so I can never actually get them in the air without having to do it myself, which, what are you doing? But the goal for these battles is to create like really detailed sequential orders of events with like certain animations and certain phases of a battle happening, like that correspond with maybe dialogue that I put up or certain things happening in the battle themselves. Like if a certain guy dies, it triggers this event, and that event that's getting triggered is scripted to be this like really detailed thing that's going down. But out of like everything, I just don't want to have to do anything manually, so that you can just like kind of watch and look and enjoy, rather than like, okay, well then now I gotta like turn back on the UI and turn on the map to find where this guy is so that I can put him here and then go into F3 mode to fix that, you know? That's just kind of sucky. Looks like there's some stragglers. or 1 rather. Okay, so they went and hit their waypoints, and now they are coming back. And I guess the initial attack didn't take out these turrets, so they still have every single turret and both mortars to contend with still. We'll see what they do. I guess just freaking kill them. I mean, of course that's the goal, but I'm saying it was done pretty easily. Unfortunately, there were no like ISG specific turrets. It was just the one standard one that you see throughout all the games. What is over here that you are suppressing so vehemently? Oh, that guy. Oh man, he just blasted him. Mortars? What? Mortars? Hey. Is it damaged? No. Is it damaged? Also no. Come on, shoot. Blow him up. Where's that gonna land? Oh, did he kill that guy? Oh, poor dude. Now I'll move to the next phase of this. I'm gonna gather everybody up. I'm gonna try and search for the dead heroes at least, like Chief and Johnson and the Keys and everybody else, and try and find them. We'll see where they went down. 29 kills. All right, that's pretty good. What did you have? Nothing. Oh yeah, your gunner's dead. That'd be pretty hard, huh? All right, now I'll go with the Marines. Nothing. Veteran C1. He must have been a gunner. Yeah, because usually when a gunner gets kills, they do gain veterancy, but they don't get credit for the kills. The vehicles to which they were getting the kills in does. Well, we got 1 Marine with veterancy 1. How about the sergeants? Nothing. ODST. 1 kill. That's really disappointing because he would have had to have been around since he survived either since he dropped during the during the first middle ground reinforcements, or he was present in fighting off the ambush that 2nd Platoon came on. And there's have been, since 2nd Platoon, 2 more platoons, and then every reinforcement that's been triggered. So it is very disappointing to see him only have 1 kill. We'll start with the Soda Squad team. We'll call them Soda Squad 2, 1, 5, and Veteran C1. That's good to see. Okay, Emil 2, 1, 1, 5, Veteran C1, 2. Okay, wait, so he was the sniper. And, oh no, he just had an AR. That's pretty good. Okay, cool. And let's actually check how many kills our turrets got back here. 2. None. None. 2. And 1. Here's Keys. Died like the hero he is, fully badged up with all of his medals and stuff. But actually looking at where he died, this guy died from the Warthog. I think he was actually the gunner for this guy. But Captain Keys actually made it the furthest up out of everybody. So he was leading from the front like a good leader should, like Anakin taught us to do. Oh no, Dutch! Or Romeo. No, not Romeo. Mickey? It's either Dutch or Mickey. It's Dutch, I think. Oh, the other Keys. She died, at least, well, she died sort of on the river crossing, just about to get to it. You would have thought if she was going to die anywhere, she would die in the river crossing, not before it. And also, all the hero people had oh no, Johnson! Whoa, you can get really close. He's dead. He made it, like, past the river, didn't he? No, he didn't. He died right here. Okay. There's Chief. Rest in cringe, I suppose. So we have okay. So Chief died right here, but Chief died on the retreat. Chief pushed literally all the way from here. He pushed, I feel like I keep saying pushed weird. He fought, excuse me, he didn't just kind of walk through. I didn't get to see how many kills he got, but he fought through the ambush. And remember, these guys went here and then sweeped over to help this side out. Fought through this, came to the front line, like right around here, pushed up, made it to the river crossing, survived both waves of reinforcements, and he survived the mantises. And the next video, I'm thinking, since for the newer renditions of this, we've done 2 Halos or 2 Star Wars, we'll do 2 Halos, and then from there, we'll just alternate. And I've actually seen, or in the mods have said, that this mod is compatible with Galaxy at War. And although I don't find the appeal in seeing Halo units go against Galaxy or go against Star Wars guys, it doesn't really, it does rustle my jimmies a little bit, and I don't really like that. But if you guys want to see it, whatever, not a big deal. I'll put it together too. I'll make it good. There'll be artillery, air, vehicles, like on-map artillery, off-map artillery. We could do like another head-to-head. We could do an assault. We could do, well, if you're assaulting something, there's likely to be a defense. So like an assault and a defense. Halo units defend, Star Wars attack, Star Wars defense, Halo attack, something like that. Maybe even mix. You know, you got like Star Wars troops with Halo vehicles and Galaxy at War or Star Wars air going against Halo infantry with Star Wars tanks, and then Halo air. But I don't know if I can really get Halo air working, to be honest with you. But yeah, gonna leave that there, and goodbye.